Hello, this is my Leo reading. I'm going to be looking at the energies from April 15th until the end of April. This is going to be primarily a love reading, but if things are meant to come through about your job or career or anything like that, they might come in as well. I'm going to start by looking at the energy that you're most likely going to be in, the current path you're on now over the next couple weeks, and then I'm going to look at your significant other's path over the next couple weeks and see where they're at energetically and how these two energies mesh. And then I'm going to do a love reading after that and see where they're at, how they're feeling about you, if they're going to take any action or make any efforts over the next between now and the end of April, and where that's going to lead you guys. Okay, so let's start with your energy. Okay, so for my Leos, what is going on with my Leos between April 15th and the end of April? What is the current energy? What do they need to know about the current energy from April 15th until the end of April? What do they need to know about what's going on? What is the energy for the sign Leo? For the Leos. What's the energy for the sign Leo between April 15th and the 31st? We've got the Two of Wands, Two of Cups, the Star, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. Put these a little bit. You guys see those? Okay. Move this over. So the Two of Wands here, it's about, making plans, being a little bit practical. You're looking at things. This is just the recent, well, not the recent past. So I guess since we're doing the 15th to the 31st, so this is the energy that you're coming into this with. You're choosing to be audacious. You're making plans. You're looking at things in more of a long-term approach. You're setting foundations right now and figuring out, with these huge energy shifts that you've recently experienced, you're figuring out where you want to go next. I think you're starting, I think throughout the rest of April, you're going to start exploring and going out more and starting to we're getting out of this stagnant energy. So I think with the Two of Wands, you're kind of moving away from the past, and you're starting to go out, starting to have fun more, starting to reconnect with your friends, starting to even connect with old lovers to clear things up. You're just, you're thinking more about the future. You're not fully living in the past the way that you were before. I wouldn't even say that you're really fully living in the present moment. You're just kind of, you're looking forward. You're figuring out where you want to go next. And then we have the Two of Cups here, which is about an offer of love. I take it as, that, and also the Page of Cups I would take as love offers. In this case, I'm being drawn to read it intuitively. Do you see here how this woman in the Two of Cups picture, she's looking towards the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands here, she's got this picture where she's looking at this skull and she's kind of holding it up. So she's focused on letting go of a situation or of a person that's been toxic in her life, something that's been kind of holding her back. But I don't sense a lot of pain from this card. I feel like there was pain, maybe even in the recent past, but I feel like maybe within the last month or so you've just kind of shifted your perspective where you're not seeing this ending as a horrible thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, her energy is still there. She hasn't really fully moved on from it. She's still looking at the skull, at this symbol of something that's, that's gone, that's died, something that's that's not going to come back. It could be like an old relationship. It could even be just someone you miss. But I feel like her facial expression is pretty positive. I mean, her energy is focused on it right here, but she's not letting it get the best of her. She looks very grounded. You know, she made a hard decision, but this was for the best. Like she knows that this was for the best. She knows that you know this is going to take some healing work. That this is something that was really hard on her. It was really painful for her at a certain point, but at this point, I feel like she feels like this is a positive thing. Like whatever it was that just ended, or that she just ended, or that you know the universe just ended for her, whatever it was, I feel like she sees that this is a blessing in disguise. She sees that it was time for this situation or this relationship or whatever it was to end. Um, and it's time for new things. You know, this wasn't going anywhere. It was the same thing over and over again. Whatever it could also just be it could be a cycle that this person was repeating. It could I feel like it's a relationship for many of you, but for some of you, I think it could just be like cycles, patterns. You know, something just ended, but you see the beauty in this ending. You're looking at this as a really positive thing. And then here we have the Two of Cups, and you know, I like how there's two women here. So one of them is looking, one of them is kind of focused on this, focused on healing, focused on fully releasing. You know, even though you know this change was for the best, even though you know letting go of this person or this habit or a situation or whatever it might have been, even though you know it was for the best, you still have some healing work to do. You know, you're still processing this, but you feel okay for the most part, I think. So I think half your energy is focused on this right here, towards moving past this, and then the other half is focused toward in the future. So you're just, I feel like you're just kind of opening yourself up to love right now. You know that you don't want to keep repeating the same cycles that you've repeated in the past. Um, I don't feel like things are at a standstill necessarily. Do feel like, I feel like you're at like a crossroads almost, where it's like you just released you know, you release this person, this situation, or this old life that you had, and you know, you're still healing and processing, but you're looking forward. You know what I mean? You're not looking towards the past or towards the future. You're just kind of taking it day by day and living in the present moment and waiting to find out what comes next. But you are starting to live from a more authentic place of love. And you are realizing that those things from the past just no longer serve you, and that you had to let go of them to for the energy to finally move forward and to get the kind of love that you want. So you're very much in the present moment right now, actually, I feel. I mean, there's you know, there's a little bit of energy directed at the past as you release this, but for the most part, I feel like you're trying to focus on just living in the moment and on what comes next. And then we have the Star. You know, with this Two of Wands too, I do feel like since it's kind of about like, you know, being logical, being practical, making long-term plans, I do see it as like, you know, your plans, your path just didn't involve this whatever this old energy was. It wasn't, it couldn't come with you on this path, and you realize that. You realize it's for the best. We have the Star. So, you know, after this, you're looking forward, you're more hopeful about the future, and you have the Star. So this is like luck, this is your dreams coming true, this is blessings, renewal, happiness, like just like a rebirth process for you basically. You know, I see this woman she has this, I don't know if you can see this, where she's pouring water down. It's like kind of like it's just like this healing energy where, you know, she's planted seeds and these are coming to fruition now. You know, she's taking her care of herself. She's very in the present moment. Um, let's see. I sense like kind of like an awakening with this. I mean, I always read these intuitively, so sometimes I see different things. With this one, I feel like the water is very healing, very calming, and I feel like an enlightenment, kind of like she's almost like an awakening process that you guys are going through, where you're finding yourselves again. Um, you have this renewed faith. You're becoming the kind of person that you want to be. You're believing in yourself. You're focusing on the present moment, on the future, and where you want to go. So I don't sense too much. I mean, I'm sure there's like a little bit of pain over the next couple weeks, but I don't sense any very heavy energy. I mean, aside from whatever what it is that you're letting go of right now, I feel like that's been coming for a long time. So I don't think that the energy is really heavy and depressing, because I think that you knew deep down it was time to end this. And so I think that whether the universe ended it for you or you did it yourself, I think that you realize deep down that this is a good thing. So I don't sense you getting too depressed or too like I don't sense this energy weighing you down too heavily. I mostly sense a lot of lighter energy, very like awakened, empowering energy. We've got the star right here, so this is where you're at. I'd say like the third week of April, where you've done this work, and you're looking forward. You're excited about what comes next. You're trying to let go of control issues. Um, Trying to just ground yourself. You're trying to just be open to love, open to life, open to new opportunities. You just, like I said, you were just at a major crossroad point. So you may have just released a lot of old toxic friends, um, toxic situations, toxic people. You were just at that crossroads. So I feel like your energy is almost like kind of like suspended right now. And it's not really like a bad thing. It's just kind of like these situations from the past were just so familiar to you, and you just released all of that. So I think you're kind of just like, what comes next? Like it's like taking baby steps, because you're really stepping into the unfamiliar right now. You really just don't know what comes next. You're kind of I don't sense like a lot of like really intense confusion or negative energy, though. I just sense it's kind of like you're looking forward, and you just don't really know what to expect, because you're stepping into this new life. Um, so I feel like that the next couple weeks are going to be pretty good for Leos, because you're finding yourself again. You're renewing your faith. You're finding that free spirited side of yourself that you might have suppressed or lost, with this energy. You might have given that up for another person, and you're being reconnected with that side of yourself. So I sense a lot of hope, a lot of, just love, just general good energy with this star card right here, which is where you'll be in about a week from now, like around the 20th, 21st. I feel like you should be in this energy. And then after we have the star, this awakening process and this new life, and you just opening yourself up to whatever it is that comes next. It's like that Incubus song just came in my head. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms, and or wait, what is it? With open arms and open eyes, I think. I think that's it. I haven't heard that song for a couple of years, but yeah, that might be the message for some of you. And then we have the High Priestess. So this is what you're stepping into after you go through this awakening process over the next couple of weeks. You're reclaiming that free spirited, hopeful, loving, softer side of yourself. I feel like you might have been in like a little bit of a harsher energy back in the past, because you kind of had to be to survive. But now you're moving past that, and you're in this hopeful, loving energy again, kind of reclaiming, some of the things that you might have lost in your youth, or some of the things that just qualities you didn't even know that you still had, and those are coming back up for you again. So that's really a good thing. And then we have the High Priestess here, which is the result of this awakening, and this new loving, powerful energy that you're stepping into. We have the High Priestess, which is all about, it's about intuition, it's wisdom. She's this strong, confident, wise leader. She's very independent. She's intuitive. She's balanced. She has this good balance of logic and emotion, and I think she trusts her intuition above logic, and she trusts her intuition above, emotion. She has a good balance of all three, though, but intuition comes first. And she's a very powerful, it's the High Priestess, so I feel like a very powerful witch, a very powerful, for some of you, I'm led to say a powerful witch, a powerful healer, um, just an overall powerful woman. And this is you. This is the energy that you're stepping into. You're stepping into your power. You're becoming the high priestess. You're becoming this intuitive, loving, free-spirited, um, open-minded, just amazing woman that you are, It's something that might have been suppressed and you're reclaiming that now. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Then we have the Knight of Wands here, and it's interesting. This is a reading for the fire signs, and this is just pure fire right here. This is courage. This is fearlessness. This is um, this is like a how would I even describe it? It's like you're not thinking or just talking anymore or waiting around. You're taking action. You're making things happen in your life, and you're expecting the same of others around you too, which is a really good thing. If you've been too patient with people in the past and let them get away with too much, now might be the time to set those boundaries and to say, I'm in this energy. I'm assertive and courageous and raw and real, and you can either match me and catch up to me, or I can leave you in the past, if you're not matching me, you're not coming with me on this journey. Um, and so this is what that's saying to me. This is someone who's very courageous, very brave, and they're not willing to wait anymore. They're not willing to settle anymore. They're taking control of their dreams and making it manifest for them. And this is just pure boldness, energy, action, being the best you can be. This is just pure, fiery, passionate, raw energy. And this is you. This is, again, with this awakening process that you're going through with the star, leaving the past in the past, having hope for the future, living in the present moment, figuring out, where you want to go next, and being open to where you go next. I feel like you're not even really trying to control it right now, Like a lot of people are when they're in that kind of like limbo energy. I feel like a lot of people get really scared and they're like, okay, what's next? Like, when's the next job? When's the next this? And I feel like you're getting so in touch with that free spirited side of yourself that you're not even really worried about it. You're not worried about what comes next, because you're trusting it. You're living in the present moment, and you just have this renewed faith. And even though there might be some control issues you're working through, I feel like you're really doing all you can to let that go and just live from this open, intuitive, vulnerable, free-spirited, just loving space where you're just connected to the earth, connected to nature, connected to your guides, to the universe. I sense a lot of like a big spiritual awakening with this, where your psychic abilities might be strengthened right now, like around this time. And again, this is probably like this is the reading is from the 15th to the 31st, so this is probably like the third week of the month, I'd say. And again, the energy is going to be different for anybody, but this is like the average person is probably gonna be in this energy around the 20th, 21st. And this is psychic awakening to me too. It's like you're meditating. You might be you're developing your spiritual and your healing practices. Your you're focusing a lot. I feel like towards the end of the month you're focusing a lot on opening your third eye here and keeping it open and staying in this intuitive space, and not falling back to this place where you're defensive or overly logical or overly emotional. You're trying to use your intuition now and stay in that power above all else. And I feel like you are succeeding in doing that. And then you have this raw, passionate, fiery energy that's coming in for you towards the end of the month, where you're just going to feel like you're on top of the world, like you can do anything, you can have what you want, you can have whoever you want, you can, and you're in this energy towards the end of the month where you're making your dreams manifest. And you're going to be really attractive to people too, towards the end of the month. As you get into this high priestess and Knight of Wands energy, people are going to start noticing you more and more. Maybe people that have rejected you or overlooked you, they're going to start noticing you. You're going to start getting text messages from people that you haven't heard from in a while, because they're going to feel this passionate, empowered, strong energy that you're in, and they're going to want part of that. They're going to want to talk to you. So conserve your energy wisely. Choose who you allow in your life, of course, but be prepared for that towards the end of the month, that you're going to start drawing a lot of people in. You might not have a whole lot of love options right now, but feel like around this time period when you step into this Knight of Wands energy, you're really gonna start drawing people in. People are just gonna see what's right in front of them with you. They're gonna just see you as this seductive, beautiful, empowered high priestess woman that they want in their life. Okay, so let's move on and see what they're going through right now. I'm not sensing. I'm sensing for a lot of you Leos. I don't really sense anyone for many of you. I'm not. I know for some of you there probably is. So, of course, this is a love reading, so I do want to look into it. But for a lot of you, I think that you're just kind of you're at this crossroads where you just let go of a lot of old toxic energy, and so you're just kind of looking ahead and taking it day by day. And so you might not have met the right person quite yet. I feel like a lot of you haven't met the right person quite yet. But like I said, with this energy that you're going to be feeling the next couple weeks, you are going to be on top of your game. You're going to go through another awakening process, or your first awakening process if you haven't already gone through one. Your third eye is going to be blasting open, and you're going to be drawing in real love finally, I feel. But let me see. Trying to figure out what to ask. Okay. Let me see. For many of you, I'm just really feeling a soulmate coming in. But for those of you that are in connection with someone, and if you're connected to a twin flame or a soulmate, let me get some cards for you. So for the energy of April 15th to the end of April, what can you tell me about what this other person, this significant other, is going through? What's going on in their life? What's going on in their life? I feel like a lot of you are just in this crossroads where your soulmate is about to come in, but I feel like he hasn't quite yet. But for those of you that are in connection with someone or are talking to a soulmate or a twin flame, can you show me the energy? What's going on in this person's life right now? Love. Denial. Playful. High Priestess of Earth. Grove. Okay. I'm just going to intuitively read these, and I think this is saying, love is kind of in this person's past. I think that's why I'm being led to focus more on this person that's coming in as opposed to the person that you're currently in contact with or the person you currently let go of. Because again, you're letting go of them, so I don't think that you want that energy in your life anymore anyway. So love is in their past. They're kind of in denial about it right now. They're not fully they're not fully accepting it. They're still kind of reaching out for this love, even though they know that, it was time for you guys to part ways. If they're the one that broke up with you, it was harder on you than you realize it. I mean, it was harder on them than you realize it was. They're still kind of, in the beginning or mid-April, over the next few days, they're still kind of in denial. They're still just kind of reaching for this love, even though they know, it's time for both of you guys to move on. And then we have this playful energy, which I kind of take as them basically like playing. They're, maybe sleeping around, partying, drinking. They're being playful. They're kind of like trying to take their mind off things. They're just kind of they're playing, like they're just they have this denial energy where they're not really accepting that this relationship is ending. And then they're kind of, towards the closer to the end, they're playful. And then we have the high priestess of Earth, which I feel is you. You're this grounded, wise, Priestess, you're this very nature connected, intuitive old soul, and here you are, and I think that they're realizing that, see, the high priestess is looking away. She's yes, it might have been a painful breakup, but she's looking towards the future. She doesn't want that anymore. And then here we have the growth, which is, both of you healing, both of you releasing this. I'm gonna do. See, I feel pull because I feel like many of you have soulmates coming in, so I feel drawn to look more into this soulmate because again, I think many of you Leos right now want the past to stay in the past, even if it's hard. And some of you might not be, if this energy isn't resonating with you, I feel like some of you might not quite be there yet. Like some of you are, still struggling to let this person go. You might still be kind of arguing with yourself or with them about it. Like you don't know for sure that you want to let them go. It is familiar, it is comfortable, but deep down you know you need to let them go. So you might not have come into this energy that we had up on the board quite yet, but sooner or later, if this person just isn't making you happy and it's just the same old stuff day in and day out, I feel like this person is leaving your life, but it's going to be for the best. But I do sense someone coming in the very near future who's going to, again, be drawn to that high priestess energy that you're putting out. And I feel like since you're opening your third eye so much over the next couple weeks, it's going to be easier for you to intuitively connect with this person and find this person because your synchronicity is going to be on point. You're going to be so aware of synchronicity and you're going to be able to recognize and recognize this person's soul when you guys meet up with each other. If it's not, so if it's someone around you that maybe you just haven't noticed, or if it's, I feel like for many of you it's a new person that's going to come in, and since you're doing all this psychic work right now and all this energy work, I feel like it's going to be so much easier for you to resonate with this connection, and for you to see why it didn't work out with other people, why it didn't work out with this toxic ex or these toxic patterns. Like you're going to really see how much of a blessing that was when this new person comes in. And they're going to be your match. They're not going to do the same shit that the other person did. Okay, can you tell me about this soulmate, or it could be for a twin flame for some of you too. Can you tell me about this soulmate twin flame that's coming in? Can you show me their personality, show me what they're all about, and can you also show me like what lies ahead, like the next couple weeks? Like just show me the relationship, show me the connection, like show me what's going to happen over the next couple weeks with them. Show me what kind of action is going to be taken. Show me this soulmate's personality. Show me what's going on with this soulmate in you, or this twin flame in you over the next couple weeks. What's the energy holding? What is going on for Leos between April 15th and the end of the month? What is going on? Can you tell me about this new love, this new soulmate that's coming in, and this new twin flame? Just show me their personality. Show me what their intentions are for you, what this is going to look like. Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups. Six of Cups reversed. Queen of Swords. And the Tower. Okay. Okay, so over the next couple weeks for this soulmate coming in, I'm going to intuitively read these. So the Six of Cups reversed, is it's basically about nostalgia, living in the past, holding on to the past, um, just wanting to go back to how things used to be. And I feel like this is kind of telling you, for whatever reason, this is telling you about this new soulmate's love life. This is what I feel it's referring to. And again, take it how the energy resonates with you. This could be male or female, but when I channel, I typically say male because I know most of my viewers are females watching for, a male significant other. But for gay and lesbian couples, it's whoever is in masculine energy, primarily masculine energy and primarily feminine energy. So don't get caught up on semantics. But for me, this man is basically saying, this man or this woman is basically saying, he wants you to know that he's been hurt a lot, and so when you meet him, he might be a little bit fragile. He has a really big heart. This person that I'm sensing, he's a really good person. I feel like he's letting you know that he's been hurt a lot, so you've got to be a little bit gentle when he comes in. Don't rush him too much. So the Six of Cups here reversed, we've got this is about this soulmate towards the middle of, towards the end of the month, like the third week or so. He's revisiting the past. He's nostalgic. He's thinking about the way he used to be. And I feel like these are women he's dated, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So he has a lot of experience when it comes to relationships. He's been with all different types of women. I would say this person probably doesn't even have like a specific type because we have each queen on the board here. And it's like he's dated all these different women. He's dated, the emotional, loving, romantic, vulnerable women. He's dated the powerful, successful queens. He's dated the kind of harsh, kind of closed off, cold women. He's dated so many different types, so I don't feel like he does have a type for exactly. I feel like there are people from his past that he misses some nostalgia. He wishes he could have that kind of love again, but these situations are just over with, so he can't have that, and he knows that, but he is getting a little bit lost, just nostalgic, just wishing for love, dreaming, um, wishing he had this energy in his life again, wishing he had like a Queen of Wands or a Queen of Cups in his life, wishing he had this powerful, successful, free-spirited, emotional, open, just empathetic, creative woman in his life. And I feel like you are this woman. So this reading is kind of saying like you're the person he's looking for. You're the kind of person that he wants just as you are. And I feel like it's also letting you know he's in similar energy to you. It's a little bit different. Um, I feel like you let go of the past. You were able to let go of your past more recently, more than he was. I feel like you knew it was time to move on, and you see it as like a really good thing, where I feel like this man here, this energy is it hurts him more. He's still in pain from it. He's still nostalgic over it. He's maybe like a little bit bored with his life, and things just aren't really completely moving for him, and he's really lonely right now. He's in a very lonely, very sad kind of energy right now. I don't sense it's too heavy. It's just kind of like like oh, I have friends around me, but I don't have love. And this person is very sweet, very loving, very romantic. And so not having their other half, not having this partner has been really hard for them. And they have been heartbroken quite a bit. They've have so much life experience, and they've dated all types of different women, and but they have had, they do kind of wear their heart on their sleeve sometimes, and they have been hurt quite a bit. I feel like towards the end of the month, this Queen of Swords might be, it could be someone they're currently dating, but I feel like this person is probably single. Um, and I feel like I said, I feel like they're hoping for someone like you, like they want to meet someone like you. And I feel like the Queen of Swords energy, I think again, this reading just wanted to tell you about what to expect from this person, like to kind of be aware and be sensitive, because this person does have a big heart. They are sensitive. They get hurt fairly easily. And I think, when this person, when he couldn't have the Queen of Wands and he couldn't have the Queen of Cups, I think he went to the Queen of Swords. I think he started dating women that were just maybe a little bit controlling and aggressive and seductive and a little bit harsh, and that the Queen of Swords just doesn't really match his energy. Like it just wasn't really right for him. You know what I mean? He needs someone who's empathetic and soft and loving, and someone who's going to really take the time to understand him and be patient with him. And so with his Queen of Swords energy, that this person that he may have dated, or people, maybe multiple people that he dated, that just had this kind of harsh, maybe even like, I don't want to say abusive, but I just see like kind of like a visual of like, you know, a really nice, sweet guy kind of being walked all over by someone who wants money, someone who wants to use him, someone who just takes advantage of him, and someone who doesn't like really love or understand him. You know, just a very harsh energy that just did not resonate with who he is as a soul. And, you know, I think after all of this, you know, he had some good women in the past, and then maybe recently he had this, he said, fuck it, and he went and started dating this type of woman instead. Maybe out of insecurity too, because he didn't feel like he was good enough for those type of women, so he just started kind of self-sabotaging and dating women that weren't good for him. And this led to the Tower moment, which is where he's at. And again, this energy could be different for everybody. Some of them may have gone through this already, but for many of your soulmates or twin flames, I feel like this is what they're going through over the next couple weeks. All this energy, this nostalgia, this pain, this, you know, just heartbreak again and again and again, the same pattern, same cycles. It leads this person to the Tower moment. And the Tower, you know, it's about sudden drastic life changes, which could be a breakup. It's about like, it's like overnight change, it's like destruction, it's like losing, you know, jobs, losing you know, relationships, moving to a new state, just starting a new life. It's like it's destructive, chaotic energy coming in all at once. And I actually talk about the Tower because a lot of twin flames and soulmates are having these Tower moments over the next month or so, or they have had them over the past month, to clear out old karmic partners, and to clear out old energy, and to bring in, you know, this awakening process, and to bring them in touch with their true twin flames or their life partners. And so this is saying, you know, this Leo is catching up to that. This Leo is going through the Tower moment towards the end of the month, where they're just you know, things, it could be a breakup for many of them, like I said, where things are just, they're drastically changing. Their structures, their foundations are just crumbling down. But it's really good because it's clearing out all this old energy. So let's get more, because I feel like many of you haven't met this person, or I feel like you might have like a vague awareness of them. Like it might be someone you've kind of flirted with, like here and there. Maybe you guys casually talk or you flirt, but I feel like you guys haven't really ever like dated or taken it anywhere. So that's why I'm feeling like that's why I'm feeling drawn to read the way I am for you guys. Can you tell me anything about what happens after this Tower moment? So this is the energy that they're in. And again, once they have that Tower moment, it's like they're clearing the way to come to you. So it's a really good thing. You know, they're clearing out all this old energy. They're releasing the past, and this is where they're at towards the end of the month. So, you know, expect this person to go through some pretty, if you do know who this is, expect this person to go through some pretty heavy life changes at the end of the month. You really might want to be there for them through that if you do know who they are, because it's the Tower is pretty heavy. What happens after the Tower between you two? What's the energy that's going to happen after? What energy is taking place after the Tower? High Priestess of Water. Complicated. And loyalty. Okay. So this is what I said about this person needing to heal after their tower moment. We have the High Priestess of Water here. So water is all about, it's about emotions, it's about healing, and I feel like you're the High Priestess of Water here, and I feel like you're going to be helping this soulmate or this twin flame heal. Um, if this isn't someone that you've met yet, I feel like you're telepathically, astrally, basically communicating with them, and telling them that you're anxious, you're excited to meet them, you're sending them all this love and support and all this beautiful healing energy. You're being very soft with them because you know they're in such a fragile, vulnerable state right now that you kind of have to be. Um, and then we have complicated, which is, they're in a complicated situation. They are still releasing the past, so they're not completely there yet. It is some they do need some healing after the tower moment. It might take them a little bit. It's going to vary. The timelines really do vary, but it's just the complicated card here is just talking about the emotions that they're going to be going through as they heal. And then we have loyalty, which this person is very loyal. They're very loving, very nurturing, and they're going to be loyal to you, whether they've met you yet or not. I feel like this is the end result. And if there were third party situations, maybe like a toxic ex that they just couldn't let go of. And if this is someone and they just, it's someone that you've had interest in, but there's just this toxic karmic partner that they refuse to let go of. I think it's saying, after they do this healing and they get through all these messy emotions, they're going to be loyal to you. They're going to stop being loyal to this person who's doing nothing for them, and they're going to be loyal to you. So you guys are in kind of a similar energy. Okay, let's see. All right, just a few more cards here. But overall, I say I think it's really good because, like I said, you're at a crossroads, and really good, new things are coming for you finally. Things are happening for you finally, and like I said, towards the end of the month, you're going to be in this primal, raw, passionate, seductive energy. You're going to be really opening your third eye and stepping into your power. And if there are any spiritual practices that you've been working on, I feel like with your third eye opening, those things are going to be enhanced a lot towards the end of the month. You're really going to Things are really going to get creative, basically. I feel like I'm trying to figure out what I'm picking up on and how to word it. I feel like if you're like an entrepreneur, you're gonna take things to the next level at towards the end of the month. This is a month that's very focused on your power and work and career and those type of things. But know that your soulmate he's in the well, he hasn't fully yet, but he is in the process of releasing old karmic partners too. This could be a twin flame because the energy similarities. It could be a twin flame that's coming in for you guys because I noticed you let go of this old karmic partner first, or this old pattern or situation, and you're coming into your awakening process. And this person is doing the same thing. So it's almost like twin flames meeting for the first time because it's like you guys are both having your awakening, which makes me think that this isn't someone you've met quite yet, and it makes me think that you're also mirroring each other. They're just being a little bit more stubborn and holding on to the karmic partners a little bit more than you are. I mean, you saw the best in the situation, but they're still dealing with the nostalgia. They're being a little bit more stubborn, but with this tower moment that's coming in towards the end of the month, if you meet your twin flame and they're in some just abusive karmic partnership, something like that. Like I don't feel like it's gonna last long because I feel like there's this explosion that comes in for them at the end of the month that just clears all that out, and they go on this healing journey, and they start getting more serious about what they want. You know what I mean? They realize they need to be more careful about what kind of partners they choose, and you're their dream person. From from the energy I got, you're this loving, soft, empathetic woman, and they're a very gentle person too, so you guys match each other really well. And again, this person has a life experience, so they're not naive, they're not I wouldn't say that they're like too idealistic or anything, you know what I mean? Like they've been around, like they have the same experience you have, so you guys are going to be able to match each other. Okay. For this new soulmate or twin flame that's coming in, I think it's both, it depends. Like, don't, I'm saying soulmate and twin flame because for some of you it's a soulmate and for others it is a twin flame. I mean, if it is just a soulmate, I feel like this could be like a life partner type person because you guys are just mirroring each other so intensely, and there's just, you've both been hurt a lot, you've both been through a lot, and so I feel like this person is just your match. Like, you guys have very similar energy, and you can have a very loving, very vulnerable, very gentle, soul-based relationship where I feel like you guys didn't really have that in the past. So what does this person want to tell the what is this? Oh shit. Cards are going all over the place. Okay. What does a soulmate or twin flame want to tell the viewers? I want to be better for you. I want to be good enough for you. So this is talking about the the healing work. The healing work that we just discussed. That the next couple of weeks this person is really going to be like working on themselves. They might have some insecurities because of these toxic karmic partners that they're working on too. Then I got the no card, so if you had a certain question in mind, the answer might be no to that. I'm afraid of getting hurt. I want to trust you, but I'm not sure if I can. I'm afraid of getting hurt. I want to trust you, but I'm not sure if I can. So again, this is just a reminder not to, especially if this person is your twin flame. Like, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story with my twin flame. Just like a little bit. I don't need to get too deep into it, but when I met my twin flame, like, I wanted to hug him and break down crying and just tell him how much I missed him and how much I love him. Like, I had past life memories come back like the day I met him. Like, it was just emotional. Like, I'm just like, this is like you. This is the person like I want to be. Like, it's you. Like, I've been picking up on you my entire life. Like, we've been telepathically communicating my entire life. And so with this energy I'm feeling, with this like awakening and this and just this process you're on, this whole path that you're on, it would make sense that a lot of you might be meeting your twin flames right now. And so this is just saying, it says, I'm afraid of getting hurt. I want to trust you, but I'm not sure if I can. This is a reminder to come into this gently because, like I said with my twin flame, like I think I scared the shit out of him, like when I met him, because I was so like, I was just so emotional. I was like, I've been waiting for you my whole life. Like I was just so like cuddly and so vulnerable with him and kind of like clingy too, because I'm like, I've been away from you my whole life. Like, I'm gonna be clingy. I've missed you. Like, my soul has missed you. My soul wants to be with you. My soul loves you. Like, you just, when you meet your twin flame, you just get so overwhelmed with emotion, and you do get kind of clingy, and you do just want to be around that person all the time, because it's like you just get so excited because you're like, it's finally like I finally found you. It's like you're my home, I'm your home. It's just this overwhelming emotion, this overwhelming love, and it's so beautiful and so pure. But you have to remember that, if this person has just been hurt by karmic partners, which often does happen actually when you meet your twin flame, because they might have just been with the false twin. So the false twin is basically like a very strong soulmate relationship that you might think was your twin flame, but it ends up they're not your twin flame. And so when you get out of this relationship, there's just, well, there's a healing process that happens when you meet your twin flame. It really triggers you to kind of step into your power and to heal all these things that you've suppressed. And in addition to that, old energy is cleared out. So old karmic partners are cleared out, and there's typically the false twin, the soulmate, the person you thought was the one that comes in, that you have a relationship with right before meeting your actual twin flame. And so I think this is kind of pointing to that. It's saying, this person is scared of getting hurt. They want to trust you, but they're not sure if they can. So it's like, no matter how excited you get and how amazed you are about this like beautiful new connection that's coming in, do not overwhelm them. Remember that they're going through their tower moment. Remember that you might be going through your awakening process earlier than they are, and they might need some time to catch up to you. So be kind of patient with them. Realize that they are afraid of getting hurt, and if you present them this just raw, loving, vulnerable relationship after they've just been hurt by someone, it's just kind of overwhelming, and you don't want them to shut down on you. So be really kind of soft, gentle, patient, hold space for them, but definitely don't pressure them right away for a relationship. Don't lay it all out on the table right away either, because again, they're going through their tower moment and they're healing, and so they're still kind of scared and shaky and a little bit confused, especially with the nature of your connection. So go kind of slow. And then we have, do not repeat the same cycle, release unwanted patterns and toxic people, which is what I said, we're doing that. We're releasing old patterns, releasing toxic people to make way for our twin flame or for our life partner. It could be a soulmate too. And this person, I want to tell you my secrets. I'm ready to be open and honest with you. You're going to have an intuitive, heart-based relationship, soul-based relationship. You're going to tell each other your secrets. You're going to be open and honest with each other in ways that you couldn't be with other people. Be clear about what you want to. That kind of goes hand in hand with not repeating the same cycles. Be really clear about what you want. You are manifesting this person right now, so tell the universe what you want them to look like, what you want them to, if you want a soulmate or a twin flame, like it's kind of open. It's like, what do you want? What do you want in a partner? Really, really think about that, because you've just released this old cycle and these old, karmic partners and these old toxic people. So it's saying, like, be clear about what you want now. What do you want next? What kind of job do you want? Where do you want your career to go? Where do you want your healing spiritual practices to go? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want this person to look like? What do you want them to feel like? What do you what kind of personality do you want? What kind of things? This is just really like being introspective and thinking about what you want, what you will and won't tolerate in life and in relationships. So it's like, be clear about what you want. And maybe, I did a spell before I met my twin flame where I visualized what I wanted. I visualized the feeling. I imagined the feeling. I put it in the present moment, and I met him the next day. So I think it's kind of saying that too. Be clear with the universe about what you want. Don't go back to toxic people, to toxic patterns. Be in the moment. And then we have true love, 1111. I want to get to know you better and see where this goes. So again, take it slow. Don't overwhelm this person. Even if you have this beautiful past life connection with them, don't overwhelm them. Take it slow. Realize that they're healing. Realize they're letting karmic partners go, and you need to be really gentle with them. I trust you. I feel like I've known you my entire life. That's what it's leading to. And it's 333 right now. So I trust you. I feel like I've known you my entire life. You guys are gonna have some soul recognition with each other. Really good reading. And it's okay, so it was 333 and now it's 55. So threes and fives might be synchronicity for you guys. Okay. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share it out if it resonated. Thank you.